She does not see singleness as a lack of options, but as the power of choice. Every day she wakes up knowing that she is not waiting for someone to give her a life worth living. She is already living it. She does not rush into relationships out of fear or pressure because she understands that love should be chosen, not settled for. She is fully aware that she could be with someone if she wanted to, but she refuses to be with just anyone. She is intentional with her choices, guarding her energy, her peace, and her heart. She knows that a relationship is not a prize for being patient. It is a decision that will shape the course of her life, and she does not take that decision lightly. She is not afraid to walk alone, not because she doesn't believe in love, but because she believes in the right love. She would rather wait for someone who truly aligns with her soul than waste time with someone who does not understand her worth. Until then, she chooses herself, her dreams, and the life she is creating on her own terms. When she loves deeply. She does not give her heart away easily, but when she does, it is with intention, with passion, and with a love that is unwavering. She has spent time understanding herself, healing from past wounds, and building a life that she is proud of. So when she chooses to share it with someone, it is not out of need, but out of desire. She is not looking for someone to complete her because she is already whole. She is not searching for validation because she knows her worth. But when she finds someone who truly sees her, respects her, and understands the depth of her soul, she will give them a love that is unmatched. She does not love halfway. She does not settle for surface level connections. Her love is strong, unwavering, and real. She knows that the right relationship is not about possession or control. It is about growth, freedom, and two individuals choosing each other without losing themselves. When she loves, she brings all of herself, her strength, her independence, her wisdom. And the one who earns her love will never have to wonder if it is real, because when she finally chooses someone, she chooses them with her whole heart. She is not defined by her relationship status. She is defined by her strength, her growth, and the life she has built on her own terms. She does not fear being single because she knows that love is not something to chase. It is something that will find her when it aligns with her journey. Until then, she continues to rise, to thrive, to embrace the power of her independence. She walks boldly, unapologetically, knowing that when love does come into her life, it will not complete her. It will complement the incredible woman she already is. So let them wonder why she's still single. Let them question her choices. But she knows the truth. She is not waiting, she is becoming. And when the time is right, she will choose love, not because she needs it, but because it is worthy of her. She spends long, quiet moments exploring the depths of who she is, uncovering layers of passion and purpose that only solitude can reveal. Every sunrise brings a fresh opportunity to learn more about her strengths, her dreams, and even her vulnerabilities. In the stillness of her own company, she finds the space to ask the important questions about what truly makes her heart beat, about the aspirations that set her soul on fire. This journey is not always easy. It demands that she face uncertainties and embrace change with courage. Yet, each step forward builds a clearer vision of the person she is meant to be. As she navigates the winding paths of self-discovery, she learns that growth often emerges in moments of quiet reflection and honest self-talk. There is beauty in the evolution of her spirit, a transformative power that comes from understanding her own worth and potential deeply. She has faced challenges that tested her patience, moments that demanded strength she didn't know she had. Yet through every obstacle, she has learned to rely on herself, to pick herself up when no one else was there to do it. Emotional maturity is not something she was given. It is something she earned. It came from heartbreak, that did not break her, from disappointments that taught her resilience, and from solitude that showed her the value of her own company. She understands her emotions deeply, not running from them or suppressing them, but embracing them with wisdom. She does not seek validation and temporary affection, nor does she fear being alone with her thoughts. She has mastered the art of self-reflection, knowing that her feelings are not weaknesses, but signals guiding her towards growth. She knows when to let go, when to stand her ground, and when to walk away. Not out of bitterness, but because she values her peace above all else. Where others may react impulsively, she responds with clarity. Where some may crumble under emotional weight, she stands firm, knowing she has weathered storms before and can do it again. She does not need to prove her worth to anyone because she knows her worth. And when the time comes for love, she will bring to it not just her heart, but a mind that understands, a soul that nurtures, and a presence that elevates those around her. She knows the difference between having high standards and being afraid of love. Her standards are not walls built out of fear. They are boundaries shaped by self-respect. She refuses to settle for anything that does not align with her values, her ambitions, and the depth of love she knows she deserves. She does not believe in fairy tales, but she does believe in real love. The kind that does not require her to shrink, compromise her worth, or sacrifice her dreams. She has watched people accept less, mistaking comfort for love and convenience for connection. She has seen what happens when people settle for relationships that lack passion, respect, or growth. That will never be her story. She would rather walk alone with purpose than be lost in the wrong company. Her standards are not a rejection of love, but a commitment to the right love. She is not searching for perfection, but she is waiting for alignment. She knows that the right relationship will challenge her, inspire her, and elevate her, not limit her. And until she finds that, she will continue to choose herself over and over again without hesitation and without regret. She has learned that happiness is not something found in another person. It is something cultivated from within. She does not rely on anyone else to bring her joy because she has built a life that fulfills her, excites her, and gives her purpose. She does not wake up feeling empty, waiting for someone to complete her because she knows she is already whole. There is a deep peace in knowing that her happiness is her own responsibility. She has seen too many people lose themselves in relationships, expecting someone else to fill the void they never took the time to heal. But she refuses to put that weight on anyone. She does not need a relationship to feel worthy, to feel loved, or to feel valuable. She has already found those things within herself. She finds joy in her passions, in her growth, in the quiet moments of solitude where she is at peace with who she is. She does not fear being alone because she is not lonely. She is free. She is free to explore, to dream, to live on her own terms. And when love comes into her life, it will be an addition, not a requirement, because she has already created a life that is rich, meaningful, and full of happiness that is entirely her own. They wonder why she's still single. They whisper about what she's waiting for. But she is not waiting, she is building. She is not lonely, she is choosing. She is not incomplete. She is whole. For too long, the world has tried to convince women that their worth is measured by a relationship status, that their happiness must be found in someone else's arms. But she knows better. She walks through life with her head high, not because she doesn't believe in love, but because she believes in herself first. She has spent her time learning, growing, and becoming. She has faced battles alone and won. She has built dreams from the ground up without waiting for anyone to save her. She is her own hero. And when you build yourself this strong, you do not let just anyone into your world. People may call her picky. They may say her standards are too high, but she knows the truth. She is not afraid to be alone because she has learned that her own company is powerful. She doesn't chase, she attracts. And if love finds her, it will be love that adds, not love that demands her to shrink. She refuses to settle for a love that dims her light. She is not looking for someone to complete her. She is already whole. She is looking for someone who sees her strength and says, I want to grow with you. Until then, she will continue to rise unapologetically, fearlessly, and beautifully. So let them wonder, let them whisper, let them question, because one day when she decides she will choose love on her own terms, and until then, she will continue to be limitless. She walks her path with confidence, not because she has to, but because she chooses to. The world may look at her and assume she is missing something, but what they don't realize is that she is gaining everything: strength, wisdom, freedom. She has built a life that is entirely her own, where she makes the rules, where she decides what fulfills her, and where she does not need permission to chase her dreams. Independence is not a burden, it is a gift. It means she wakes up each day knowing that her happiness is in her own hands. She doesn't wait for validation, she doesn't seek approval, and she does not define her worth by whether someone chooses her. Instead, she chooses herself every single day. She has learned to handle challenges on her own. She has faced setbacks without someone else to lean on, and in doing so, she has discovered a strength she never knew existed. There is power in knowing that no matter what life throws at her, she has the ability to rise. She has made decisions that weren't easy, taken risks that others were too afraid to take, and created a foundation so solid that nothing can shake her. Her independence does not mean she rejects love. It means she understands that love should never come at the cost of losing herself. She refuses to shrink to fit into someone else's world. Instead, she stands tall in her own, knowing that when the right person comes along, they will admire her strength rather than feel threatened by it. The world often teaches women that they need to be taken care of, that they need someone else to complete them, but she has shattered that illusion. She has shown herself that she is capable, that she is whole, and that she is enough. She doesn't need saving because she was never lost. She doesn't need someone to give her a purpose because she has already found it within herself. She values herself too much to settle for anything less than she deserves. She has seen what happens when people rush into love for the sake of companionship, and she refuses to make that mistake. She knows that being alone is far better than being in the wrong relationship, where she would have to compromise her dreams, her peace, or her sense of self. She understands that love is not meant to be a cage, and she will not lower her standards just to fill a space in her life. She is not waiting for perfection, but she refuses to accept mediocrity. She has worked too hard, healed too much, and grown too strong to let just anyone have access to her heart. A woman like her does not settle because she knows the cost of doing so, losing herself in the process. People may wonder why she chooses to remain single instead of just giving someone a chance. But what they don't realize is that she has given herself a chance first. A chance to build a life that excites her, to follow her passions, to create a future that is not dependent on someone else's presence. She does not need to be in a relationship to feel valuable, because her worth is something she carries within her, not something she looks for in another person. She knows that love, when it is real, will feel right. It will not force her to question her worth. It will not ask her to diminish her light, and it will not come with conditions that require her to abandon her own happiness. She is willing to wait, not because she is afraid of love, but because she believes in it too much to accept anything that does not match the depth of what she knows it should be.